Peace, 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 love, light, healing, family. This is Sister Arcola Soja, and this is Metaphysical Monday. I hope everybody is doing well and had a wonderful weekend. This is a new format, so again, getting used to all of the changes that are coming in right now. This is a great time of change, brothers and sisters. A great time of change. I didn't say that all of the changes are great, but this is a great time of change for everybody, for all of us. And we come again with heavy minds and heavy hearts as we pay tribute to the Queen, Sister Sonya Massey. And we will get into that. We will get into that. Very unfortunate. It's beyond unfortunate, but very unfortunate. So I want to go ahead and get started with the chime and a chakra message because it is needed. And for Calligraphy TV, I want to welcome everybody to Calligraphy TV as well, and also Denim Design. I have streaming Calligraphy TV. If you're not subscribed and you want to keep up with the content and what I will be doing moving forward, tap into Calligraphy TV. Yes, there will be a lot of changes. Not so much that you don't identify them, but we're growing. Um, I'm growing. I'm evolving. Everybody is evolving. Or should be changes inevitable. That's the only thing we can count on is for things and people to change, right? So anyway, we're gonna start with our chime, and then I'm gonna go ahead into what I wanted to build on. I want to give a little bit about some of the changes, or just to keep you up with what's going on with calligraphy, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into devotion. But actually, you know what? Since I already started this, let me see if there's anything. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that now before I start devotion and get that out the way so we can just dedicate the time to the Queen. I know the flyer said 8 p.m. CST at the time. I just wasn't. I don't know. I wasn't really sure. And but I know that my time for Metaphysical Monday, I prefer to do it in the evenings. And sometimes the time will change. So you do want to check flyers and check updates. So make sure you add my notifications, turn on my notifications if you do want to keep up. Yep. So we're gonna go ahead and let me see what else I wanted to look at. I wanted to thank everybody too that will be tapped in, have been tapped in, and have continued to support and never wavered. Stay in in support of me, whether it's 1, 2, 5, 120, whatever. It doesn't even matter. And all of the spirits that have supported over the years, in any kind of way. And for this last year, this last 9 months of Metaphysical Monday, I just want to thank any and everybody that was a part of it at all. Even if we no longer um, are on the same frequency or are in the same network, I wish everybody well. Um, and I think it's just like I said, it's a great time of letting go and changes. So we have to allow ourselves to get into the cocoon, and then become that butterfly. So this is a cocoon period for me. But I want to just send love and light and thanks to all my brothers and sisters and to the new Souljet community, Conscious Outcast gang. And yeah, I think I'm gonna be using this. You know what? I'm not gonna even go into that right now. I want to go ahead and get into the tribute to Sonya Massey. So let's start with devotion. We'll do the singing bowl. Go ahead and take some deep breaths. Just the first relax. Take a deep breath. These are some very, very trying times right now, so I think this is necessary. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this down just a little bit so I don't have to speak so loudly. Okay, so one more deep breath, hold it, and then release. Okay, so then I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna do our regular breaths for those that know, and for those who may not. I'm gonna hit the bowl 3 times, but you take a deep breath with each. Every time I hit the chime, you inhale. Well, no, you inhale, and then when I hit the chime, you exhale, like so. Okay, so we're gonna do that 3 times. So take a deep breath, hold it, and release. Okay, and again, just think about all your stress, your worries, all of the challenges, the fear that we have been subjected to on this planet, in this country. Take a deep breath and hold it and release all of that. And one last time, take a deep breath. Breathe it all in. Breathe in courage. Breathe out fear. Breathe out pain. Breathe out stress. Thank you. So we're here today because I wanted to send a tribute to the Queen again, Sonya Massey. But this continues to happen. One of the things that I posed, I'm gonna come in closer now. One of the things that I posed on my flyer was, will Black lives ever matter? I know sometime I may come across like I don't know, people may be hard, it may be hard to read where I'm really coming from with certain things when it comes to our community. But I do know this. This is sad, it's an outrage, and it should not still be happening. But yet it is. Now, what are the solutions, right? What do we do? Now, justice was served, I guess, to a degree, because Sean Grayson is in fact incarcerated now, but it shouldn't have happened, period. It was senseless, the whole thing, as we know. So we have to start, and that's what this, for us to just think about and reflect on, you know, what is the solution and will Black lives ever matter? Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and start with a libation for those who've already lost their lives also to police brutality. I can't cover everybody, but I did want to bring in some energies, because this is where all of the frustration, this is where all of the anger and all of the so-called hatred comes from, because it seems like there's no solutions and we're just continuing in a cycle that never ends. And it's not so much, I mean, and it's like, it's just the whole energy of murder, period. We murder each other. So then when cops do it, I mean, what allies do we really have when these people are put in a position to protect and serve the community, to protect and serve? So I want to go ahead and do my libation and call out a few names. And if you guys have anybody that you like to reflect on that's lost their lives to police brutality, this is the time to just reflect. Or even to just mindless racism, just things that have happened to our people over time. Some of us that's lost family members and community members to senselessness, innocent people. Ashe. So let's reflect on, first and foremost, the life of Brother Fred Hampton, Bobby Hutton, Tamir Rice, Jesse Washington. And I'm adding Jesse Washington because this was in 1912, I believe, and he was killed. The justice didn't do him justice, and he had a vigilante justice and was hung in Waco, Texas. So I also attribute that to the brutality of violent police mobs and the violence of the people. So Jesse Washington, Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, George Floyd, Michael Brown, Oscar Grant, Ashe. And I'm gonna go ahead and there's some others that I want to acknowledge. There's so many. I mean, it's numerous. We have so much blood on this continent, America, that you can literally have an ocean, at least a pond or a sea of our people's blood, and it's senseless, just in general. But at the hands of just over time, at the hands of the powers that were. Okay, so let me find what I'm looking for so I can continue my libation to honor these brothers. And I know this isn't a traditional libation, but I want to give honor to where it's due. Amadou Diallo, John Farrell, Alan Bluford, Chavis Carter, Eric Garner, Sean Bell, Tim Stransberry, Ezell Ford, Ramarley Graham and Dane Scott, Philip Connell, Patrick Dorisman, Wendell Allen, Victor Steen, Kendrick McDade, Kamaine Gray, do a few more that's on this list. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Armand Bennett, Derek Williams. Forgive me if I say this wrong. Osmane Zongo, John Crawford, Johnny Gamage, and Gus Rugley. And I know there's many, 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 many more to all the ones that I may have not been able to name because there's so many. It's numerous. Our blood is drenched on the soils of this country and honestly around the world. So this thing with Sonya Massey took place, and I want to just warn anybody that's watching this video that I am going to play the audio. I'm going to play a piece of the audio because what I can't get past, none of it, I'm going to cut this meditation music down too. What I can't get past, and I'm still trying to wrap my mind around, I show you guys. Energy strong. Let me acknowledge what we just did. Take some time to acknowledge all of those names we called out. My spirit is high right now, and I can feel the energies here, the presence. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. Ashe. The thing that I can't get past is the dialogue, and I've still been trying to wrap my mind around this whole situation with Sonya Massey and the officers. It just doesn't make sense to me. So there is some other another video that I will do after this that deals more with the I wanted to deal with more of the metaphysical component of it. Tonight, I wanted to just, make sure we gave acknowledgement and just wanted to kind of go over the dialogue or just what happened here. So, Sonya Massey of Springfield, Illinois, 36 years old, died at the hands of Officer Sean Grayson on July 6, 2024. And this was late in the night after 1 a.m. in the morning, after Sonya Massey allegedly called officers for help, fearing there may be an outside intruder. But if anybody watched this video, okay, the officers came, they searched around the property, and they knocked on the door. And it took them it took her a while to answer the door, which in itself, she said she was getting dressed, but to me, it's strange. It's strange. Um, she acted as if she was already afraid when the cops were at the door. She made a statement like, the first thing she said was like, please don't hurt me. And I'm like, just the fact that she was already in fear. Now, as soon as she said, please don't hurt me, the officer was like, I'm not going to hurt you, and we're here to help you. You called us. And oh my God, I'm sorry, you guys, I didn't knock the dog on stand down. Forgive me. She said, you called us, and she began chanting, please God, please God, please God, please God. So just all of that to me was already strange. And I'm sitting here with this spiritual component of it, like, because even the officer, what he did was also strange. Just the dialogue and the interaction between them, right? And so I was gonna play some of it just to see if I'm tripping. And if there's anybody that seen it a different way or have something that they want to add, please leave it in the comments or just, the way you may have saw the situation. I saw this whole thing is, and I know like she made a statement, like she seemed like she might have been a little, like there might have been something going on with her, I don't know. But the officer asked her, was she okay? Like, was she okay? And she said she had medication or something, or she took her medication. So I don't know, but to me, it's still just a strange thing that she would have such fear and call the officers herself. So I'm still, I don't know. Just check out the dialogue with me and see if I'm tripping. But there was like a few lines that kind of bothered me. And the first thing, like I said, was please don't hurt me. And then the officer, then she began chanting the please God, please God, please God. So that was, I don't know, that just seemed off to me because she was already full of fear. Like, and so I don't know, it just seems like I don't even know how to wrap my mind around it because it's so loaded in that little short amount of time. Okay, it was like so much that happened in that short piece, So she had the officers waiting a really long time, so the guy was already irritated, like already showing his hostility towards her. And let me go back because this is what I'm hearing. Make sure I'm not tripping. Can you guys hear that? Is this your car over here? Is this your car over here? Oh. That's not your front car, the driveway? Oh, no. We checked your yard, we walked around, we go on, didn't see anybody. I'm gonna go back. The first thing she said was, please don't hurt me. So, like, is this some kind of self-proclaimed prophecy? Did she call these officers? Because the other thing that I found weird is once they finally go into the house, she has officers on the phone. She got dispatcher on the phone, and she don't want to get off the phone with the dispatcher. And she still, and then even when the cop was like, "We're here to help you," she said, "Yeah, but I'm." She was like something to the effect of, like, "Yeah, but I'm on the phone." I don't know. I don't know. Let me continue to play it. I'm gonna play some of the dialogue. Hey, Shaylee, how you doing, Queen? Can you hear the video? Is this your car over here? Oh. That's not your car, the driveway? Oh, no. We checked your yard, we walked around. Ashay. Let me know if you can hear it. If not, I'm gonna turn it up. Okay, so this also is weird, or just odd to me. She said, I'm trying to get help. And the officer goes, "What do you need help with?" And she says, "Nothing." And then it's like, then she goes back to please God, please God. And then she finally says, "Well, I thought I heard somebody outside," but it was almost as if she didn't have confidence in the cops to begin with. And it puzzles me because I know what I hear, but did she even call those? I mean, I don't know. Did she call the cops? I mean, clearly she called them because they're there, but I don't know. It's like something with those officers. Like, I don't know. I don't know if she's seen them before, like these officers that may have gave her issues in the past, or just officers she's seen. But it's just very confusing to me that she would have that type of apprehension, that she would have that level of apprehension and fear. And I mean, I know a lot of us as Black people, because I'm that way. I don't like police officers at my house. And when I do have to call, if I have to call them, I try to, I understand it is a natural innate fear because of all of the things that we've been through, all of the things that we experience, that that we have this type of apprehension and fear surrounding police officers. But it's just it makes it that more eerie to me though, that she was saying all of these things. It kind of reminded me of Matrice Richardson up in this happened, I think, in Death Valley. It was in Southern California, and she was a young lady that also, yeah, let's definitely. I don't know if she was killed by the police, but I still want to give pour out for Matrice Richardson. She was released from jail in the middle of the night in California, and it was like over she had actually some type of a mental illness as well. She wasn't like, she was okay, but I guess she had just some certain little, things that she was, that she's coping with in her mind. And she was arrested for an altercation at a restaurant. You guys could look that one up, about Matrice Richardson if you don't know about the story. And she was it was something like she sat and ate in a restaurant and didn't pay for it, but she actually came from money. She had her family have money, so she had them call her mother or something like that. And her mother was like yeah, we could come get her, but we're like 4 hours away. So do we need to come get her tonight? She said, if not, we can come get her early in the morning. She said, well, please, she said, just let me know, because, I don't want nothing to happen to my daughter, basically. And the cops were like, oh, no, she's good, all of this stuff, right? So they released this girl at after midnight. And this is what her mother said, and this is what I mean by the self-proclaimed prophecy that makes me feel so, it's hard for me to, I'm trying to get into the thing with Sonya Massey, but it's so many emotions and so much energy and stuff that I feel surrounding it, that it's almost, I find it difficult because I feel the spiritual component of it. I can't help but have chills that run through my body and just through my hair since the time it happened. That's why it took me a while to even speak on it. I wanted to talk about it last week, but I said, well, I'm gonna wait till Metaphysical Monday. But what happened with Matrice is, before her mother hung up the phone with the officer, she said, please, she said, let me know if I need to come get my daughter now. She said, because I don't want to talk to y'all in the morning and y'all say something happened to my daughter or my daughter's dead. And when she talked to them the next morning, or when she get her call the next morning, her daughter is dead. You get what I'm saying? It becomes like, what type of stuff is really going on? Like, is this something where, we're feeling these things because we have innate abilities and innate gifts? And this is why I pushed it so much with our community, with our people, to not be afraid of what you got going on inside, with the discernment that God has given you. Because clearly Sonya Massey has some strong discernment going on, because she was automatically scared. She was automatically, in this energy of apprehension and fear. She didn't even feel comfortable talking to the officer. And it's almost like the first thing she said, just like Matrice Richardson's mother, is, please don't hurt me. And they were like, we're not going to hurt you. But just the fact that she knew that, and she called, if she did in fact call these people over there, it makes it even worse. It makes it even worse. It's like the spirit of death traveling through this officer. That's why I call this build the self-proclaimed prophecy. And let me make sure I have this on Denim Design. I called it the self-proclaimed prophecy of death and judgment, because even when you look at the way that Sean Grayson behaves in the home, I mean, it was like, give me a moment, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit more. Give me 1 second. So he's asking her again. She's saying she need help, and he's saying, "What do you need help with?" But she's kind of apprehend, you know. She said nothing, and she said that twice. Give me a second, you guys. I need to go and turn it up a little bit.
Yeah, check the house, check the backyard. I walk over the backyard, check the front yard. We didn't see nobody. Nobody's out here. No. Check the whole area. It'll take you so long to answer the door. I got you. All right. Is there anything else we can do for you? Is there anything else I can do for you? Okay. All right. Doing all right, Victory? Sir? All right. That's not your black card.
This is when it takes a twist. This is when it begins to take a twist. This is the body cam recording. This is actually his body cam that's recording everything that's going on. In normal situations and circumstances, if there was nothing going on, the dialogue would have been more straightforward, and hopefully the officer would just leave. But the conversation wasn't straightforward because clearly there was a fear or something else going on with Sister Massey. Now, the cop officer actually asked her, are you okay mentally? That's what he just asked her. Are you okay mentally? Because the dialogue was kind of, and maybe he picked up the apprehension. Maybe he could pick it up and might have been put off by it, whatever the case. There was something not right about the dialogue between the cop and Sister Massey. Okay, so this is when it takes a bad turn because now she's about to close the door. Let me go back one more time. She said she's on medicine and stuff. This is what she's saying now. There's an SUV parked in her yard, like a random SUV. She doesn't know who's it's for. They brought it to her driveway. What does that mean?
You don't know, someone's parking in your driveway. You just left it? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is my question, and I'm breaking it down because I don't want to just play like the whole video. I want to build on it. And you're welcome, Shaylee. Thank you for tapping in, and thank you everybody else that's watching. I can't really see anybody's names as of yet. But the SUV thing is very strange to me. Who is they? She said they dropped the SUV off. They put it there. And the thing that's puzzling about that, I don't know what the SUV looked like. They said it's a black SUV. Could the SUV have been for some officers? Because another thing that's very confusing to me is once he shot her, which is, a little bit later in this dialogue, because it didn't even take long. I mean, like literally in minutes. Once they shot her, if you notice, it was like they had the whole police force on the field. Like, how did the cops get there that fast? I'm just saying. It was like everybody. Like, I'm just it's so many things that I'm still trying to understand about this case because it just doesn't make sense. It was like a gang of cops. It almost made me feel like me and my girl Lita was talking about it on the phone. Like, is this a ritual? Was this some type of a ritual type situation? Like, what's going on? It just don't make sense. And that's why I said I may do another video on it. Depends on how deep I want to get with it. But anybody that knows the ritual death by number codes, 369, as far as the sixes, right? 6 and 9s. This woman is 36 years old. This woman is 36. 3 plus 6 is 9, right? Just the fact that she's 36, though. This video we're watching is 36 minutes long with like 15 seconds, which is also 6. Right? And for those that's not into that, this is for those that speak that language. The murder happened on July 6th, right? July 6th, 2024. If you add up, you see the 6, but if you add up all of the numbers, even on it, it ends up on 9. 6-9 ritual. 369. Death by number, 6s and 9s. I'm gonna just leave that there. For those that can grab it, grab it. For those that can't, let it pass, right? But it's just some strange stuff to me. None of this makes sense. None of it makes sense. The please God, please God, please God, automatically. You know, it's something going on. It's something fishy. It's something strange in the neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Don't call the police. That's how we starting to feel and get now. And this is what I mean. What do we what options do we have? What recourse do we have? What allies do we have? Is this something that we as a group of people need to take to the Supreme Court? I'm about solutions. I'm just as a community and the collective, just something to think about. How do we stop? How do we stop this hostility between the civilians and the people? Black people. I'm sorry, the cops and the civilians, the Black people. Now, even when she was taking a while to open up the door. Now, she said there's an intruder outside of the house. So if there's an intruder and you call the police, if you in fact called the police, which I'm starting to question, it's almost like, I don't know if I should go there, but she was on the phone with a dispatcher and the cops are there, but she doesn't want to deal with the cops that's there. And that really just throws me off. It's something that's very strange about that. Let me give me 1 second. Yeah, she called the cops for help and they killed her. Absolutely, that's what happened. Just reading in the comments. So she took a long time. I'm gonna tell you, it took about 3 to 5 minutes for her to actually open up the door. And that's a while when you just, and at first they didn't really identify themselves. They just kind of beating on the door. And then when they finally made contact, she yelled something outside of the door, and they were like, "It's the sheriff's department. You called us or whatever." And she still didn't come to the door. She still took a while to get to the door. When she finally got to the door, the first thing she says is, "Please don't hurt me." I mean, that's deep. That's deep. And is it a thing where they have hurt her in the past, or she's witnessed this, or is it just this innate fear that we have? Regardless to what it is or why it happened, she said that. So that's what she felt. And then she instantly began chanting, "Please God, please God, please God." And the fact that they're like, "We're here," like, you got the cops in front of you, and she's still like not believing in that. She's still not feeling that. And the thing is that self-proclaimed prophecy that makes it so eerie to me is that it could have been over with just that fast. It could have been over with when she was about to go in her house and close her door. It could have been over then. But you know how cops are. Well, I think they asked her twice in the beginning too about the SUV. But when she didn't know, because sometimes they like that, it's something that made them say again about this SUV. And to me, the SUV is still strange because they asked her like, "So somebody just parked in your parking space or parked in your driveway?" And she's like, "No." She said they dropped it there. So who is they? And why in the hell would people she don't know drop an SUV to her house? A Black SUV at that. So hopefully more comes up about that. And if there was in fact intruders, or was this in fact a woman being harassed by police? And I don't mean these two officers. I'm talking about systematically harassed by police, because it just don't sound right to me. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit more. And if you guys, have anything to say, please, get in the comments. If you have a something that could add to it or a new way to view it, because I'm just basically still in this space of just what I feel spiritually about it, what I feel vibrationally about it, because this is definitely a vibration. So let's continue.
And Mary 4356.
Okay, so they're calling it in, I guess. Or looking around still. They're still checking to see if there's intruders. So I want to get to, let me see. Okay, so he's going back into the house now. So if you guys, I want to just go ahead and just the trigger warning. I know a lot of us already heard the video, but if this is something that will upset you, trigger you, traumatize you, whatever, then yeah, this is gonna happen pretty quick. So yeah, just maybe a good time. Well, not right this second, but in about the next, I'll let you know when, yeah. You may want to just click off.
My friend told me to try this natural remedy to stop the pain in my knees.
And that's another thing. It was the how fast he decided to take her out. Okay, this is weird. This is weird. Okay, she said, yeah, she's on the phone with some dispatchers. She said, yeah, I have the sheriff's department here, but I'm calling for help from y'all, the people on the phone. So what's going on with these officers in her house? Who are these people? It's almost like, and like I said, if it's a thing where maybe, the way her mind is seeing it, because I don't know what the condition is. So I don't want to label anybody or anything like that. Because I know they said there was something going on with her mentally, but why is these cops in her home when she don't feel comfortable with cops in her home? And they're saying that she called them there, but she's on the phone with dispatchers and she didn't want to hang up the phone because as the dialogue continues right before it got really bad, she didn't want to hang up the phone. She actually asked the cops on the phone, the dispatcher, would they stay on the phone? Okay, let's go ahead. My apologies, you guys. I'm just so. I'm gonna go back so y'all can hear me.
They're here in my house right now. No, wait a second. We can hang up now, okay? No, okay. One second, okay?
So he's like, hold on for what? Like, why do you want me to hold on the phone? The officers are there with you. Another thing too, she couldn't produce an identification card. So I don't know if that was making her nervous or she said that she couldn't find it, but they were starting to ask for her ID. Now it's starting to get into a space kind of harassment because I really don't feel that they should have went in her house. But I don't know. This is when it takes a deadly turn. I'm still stuck at the SUV, you guys. Like, okay, so anyway. So at this point, she's looking for paperwork or her ID card. Okay. And then she says she can't find the ID. So she wants to give them paperwork. They don't really want the paperwork. They want the ID. And then yeah, let's go. Let's go. And then she asked them to grab the Bible. Another.
Was there any damage previous to your car? Previous, yeah. What was the damage? A dent, I believe. But what about windows? Oh, that was something that happened earlier. Okay. Perfect. What is your last name? Should not think about your last name. You're not in trouble. I see you test. Massey. Yeah, that makes me so much.
Okay, so even that, you guys, she was scared to give him her name. She said, and hesitated to give him Massey. He began to ask her stuff about her car damage. Like that's like people don't have things that happen, but I don't know. I guess at this point they feel like something is suspicious to them. And I just think it was more her fear. It was more her fear, and that might have made them feel like there was some type of a red flag. But I'm just, like I said, it's a lot for me to take in because it's so many things that don't make sense. And the death was just so quick. He killed this woman so fast that she asked for the Bible. And to me, even that, like, it's almost like, to me, a part of it is like, Did she know she was gonna die? Did she know that? And then it's just so much, you guys. Wow. Okay, so she asked him to grab the Bible, which he didn't do.
I want to show y'all my paperwork.
What paperwork?
I got some paperwork.
Well, just get your ID. Let's look at ID first, and then one pass at a time.
And I'm not even sure what paperwork she's talking about, but she has some type of paperwork. What could it?
And then you can pay around for your paperwork.
Could it have been a paper ID? Or is it a paperwork of her medical condition?
We don't get fire on it.
Okay, you guys, so this is the part where she's going into the kitchen. So, like I said, if it's a trigger for anybody, this is a good time to turn off. But this is where it happens at. So the officer is the one that actually asked her. He notices there's a pot while she's looking for the paperwork, that there's a pot on the stove and it's steaming. And so he asked her to cut it off so there's not a fire. So she goes into the kitchen to proceed to do that. And that's when the deadly, it begins to take the deadly turn. Okay, you guys. Okay. I'm gonna go back just a little bit because it happened so fast and we already know what's next after I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I'm gonna just let it. She said, "Where are you going?" To the cop. "Where are you going?" And he said he's getting away because he don't want her to hit him with the water. Why did he think she was going to hit him with water? I don't even get that. Like, all of this is confusing. When this woman is supposed to be there to be helped, and it's like there's a distrust between her and this officer. You know, she has this fear and distrust, which actually makes sense because of the history of what we've been through. But this cop also has this weird energy, like she's the suspect. He treating her like she's the suspect, and she's supposed to be there to be getting the help. So all of this it's a lot, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let that part play. Okay, this woman is gone now at this point. So what happened there? You know, what happened? It's like you can feel the spiritual energy in that space, in that right in that moment. Everybody say, like her saying the name Jesus, or I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. A lot of people are saying that, you know, that triggered them. And I mean, everybody can see the trigger. And I don't know if it was the word rebuke, because I know that Jesus or rebuke, you know, just the whole thing. Just rebuke it was a strong phrase. Some people may take it out of context, or I don't know, but when you speak to rebuking somebody, it's a form of a condemnation. And I even find that strange. Like, she could have just been saying that, because a lot of things, like us as Black people, we, you know, coming from Christian backgrounds, and just, you know, we say things. We have our little words, I'm blessed, and different things like that. But the fact that he thought she was going to throw the water on him is the impression that most people are under. She was like, "For you to even think that way of me, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." This is what she's saying. And for whatever reason, if you hear the way it just changed so fast, I mean, it's almost like a lot to take. It was like he just automatically got triggered. Like, it was so fast. It was almost like, yeah. And I don't know if she triggered a fear in him, because I don't know. It's just strange to me. It's strange, you guys. And I'm still looking at the map on it. Let's go back. Let's go back to the immediacy of it. Okay, so his patience was just, to me, it was overkill, because how, even if she had water and was about to throw water on him, how could water be a deadly weapon? You know, if the water was hot, he could have, you know, got to the side and did something else, you know, but that's, you know, we all got to arrive to this place of it. But I also think it's interesting that he killed her, but she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. So it's like she already gave him his spiritual death sentence. Everything is almost like it happened first. Like she's already in fear, like almost like death arrived at her door. Like she knew death arrived at her door. And she was begging or, just trying to, she wanted to live. But it was like a feeling that she couldn't shake. It's eerie self-proclaimed prophecy. And that's the part when I said the self-proclaimed prophecy of her own death. And then he had his own judgment. He was fearing his judgment because when she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, he is now rebuked. He is now rebuked in the name of Jesus, in the name of everything. This dude is he's about to face his sentence. Justice is about to be served. Okay, so the fact that he said, I rebuke you, and he responded, or she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, and he responded in such an energy. It's like she already gave him the judgment. Because I'm gonna tell you this. If he have any type of conscience at all, and sitting in them jail cells, or make the most conscienceless, soulless person have a bit of consciousness when all he can think about as he's getting his ass whipped every day and night and other things, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Those are the last words that he will remember every time he think of Sonya Massey. Every time we think of Sonya Massey, because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And for him to be triggered by words like that, you guys, it's so much spiritual energy and frequency and vibrations that surround this whole situation. And then the disrespect continued. The disrespect continued. I'm not going to play the whole video. I'm going to end it soon. But he continued to disrespect this woman. Now, I want to listen good because I'm trying to understand, where did all the officers come from? Did he instantly call these officers after? I don't remember that part. I remember maybe the dispatcher was on the phone, y'all. Maybe the dispatcher was the dispatcher on the phone. I'm not gonna play it again.
I was on. I'm gonna go get my kid.
He's going to get his kid, the other guy.
You go get it, that's it.
So and now he's saying, God damn it, God damn it. Yeah, God is definitely gonna damn it. You know what I mean? But when he went outside to finally get the kid, it was like 1,000 cops out there. So what I'm also trying to understand was the dispatcher still on the phone? And if the dispatcher was on the phone, I don't know, man. It just happened so fast, you guys. I just wanted to kind of reflect on that and just, yeah. And then he continued to disrespect her, calling her a crazy bitch, once the other officers came. Okay, so this is him giving the excuse. Another officer comes in and he explains that she's dead because she attacked them with water, okay?
I'm gonna go get my kid.
He says she's done. Black female headshot. God damn it. He said, she tried to throw boiling water. I'm not going to take boiling water to my effing head. Something to that degree. And if you guys want to see this, for those that may want to look and examine themselves that haven't already, I can share it on Denim Design, and it's also on YouTube. It's on WBFF Fox 45 Baltimore. So, or you may find it on other channels. This is where I found the 36-minute video. Yeah, it's crazy.
You good? I'm good.
And he's like, you good? You good? Wow. Now this is, like I said, they had the whole police force there. Like I'm just really, wow. And I'm glad that justice was served already in a sense where he's gone, but is there going to be a trial? It better be a trial. I mean, I don't know. Is there even a trial with It's just real black and white. No pun intended, but it is real black and white. This happened so quick. And like I said, I'm gonna probably stop it on this note because the rest is just the officers on the crime scene checking things out. But I will play this part because he did call her a crazy bitch, and I thought that was just ridiculous, you know. So we're gonna make sure we give him the limelight he wants on that. He said the water already reached him. She never threw the water, but it already reached him. All lies.
Yeah.
And from what I'm understanding, rumor has it. I don't know if it's not a rumor, but I didn't see that one. But they're saying that that the cops had already they had made up a story or something before actually telling what happened. So I don't know if that was on another cam or how, you know, about that. That's why I say rumor has it, because I haven't seen it with my eyes, only heard about it, that they were actually trying to concoct another story before having to just tell the truth. And it actually, because the other officer has it on his body cam. I'm not really sure how that went, but you know, it was something to that effect. You guys probably already heard that also. But yeah, let me just let this little bit play.
No, yeah, very good to make it. We're gonna at least try and hold up, stop the boy.
Let me see if I can find. I'm gonna just go up a little bit.
House is clear. Here's the boiling water. Where's it going? No, she got boiling water, looking at the boiling water. You shot her? Yeah. She said she was gonna rebuke me in the name of Jesus, you know, boiling water, that's all this is. I'm saying right here.
This is so crazy. This is crazy. Like, okay, so he's telling this other officer, she told me she's gonna rebuke me in the name of Jesus and came at me with water. I mean, this is insane. This is insane. He really thought that little, he really thought that was gonna be enough to stand on. That's why in that moment, that was his death sentence. In that moment, the moment that he said, when she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, and he said, you better not, like so anxious, because it was meant for him to be in jail. It was meant for him to go to prison. And I hate that she had to be a damn martyr for it, because he'd been getting away with a whole lot of stuff. Because from what I'm understanding, he had worked already at 5 or 6 other precincts or had other police jobs before this one in less than, like, I don't know, it wasn't even that long, a year or so, or 2 or something, I don't know, maybe 3 years. I don't know, but whatever the case, he's moved around a lot. So this is not his first rodeo. You could believe that. This is the first one that was caught and the first one that he will suffer for. That's why he was already rebuked, because that statement made him so afraid, because he already had a conscience. It's like she knew she would die. She did. It's clear. It's evident. And even though she didn't want to die, she knew it was some fuckery. Just like he knew that he had a death sentence. And this is his death sentence right here. This is his death sentence. And then he came and tried to explain away what he did, and then called this woman a crazy bitch. Come on now. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Okay, now this part killed me too, because he wouldn't really help her. And she was still breathing, even though she was dying. He said she's still gasping for air, and he never went over there to help this woman. Or it was just like, oh, well, you know, like it ain't much we can do. Wow, not even a sorry, nothing. Not even, wow. You know, it's just mind blowing. And we cannot continue as a, yeah, he is in jail. He's in jail because this dude did this real bad. He did it all bad. He you know, his body cam was cut off. Obviously, he didn't have on his body cam at all, but his partner had on his body cam. It's just too blatant. It's too blatant. If this man would not have been arrested, you think that George Floyd case was something? It would have been another level of destruction on it. You know, the same. It would have been the same. It would have been a repeat of the same thing, and probably worse. Because it's just blatant. It's so blatant that you can't even fake it. It's so blatant that it's ridiculous. It's happened too fast. That's how I know it's some type of a spiritual energy. It's always spiritual, but there's some type of a frequency that was going on at that time. And like I said, she was the one, the catalyst for his death sentence, because he'd been doing stuff. I bet you that, you know. But anyway, let's listen to him repeat the bull. So the officer's walking in, the other officer.
She's still gasping a little bit.
She's still gasping a little bit.
You want to get another hand up there? Up there, to your right. Right there.
I'm not even worried about stuff.
Where's the gun? This is so crazy. The cop said, "Where's the gun?" He said, "Gun, no, she came at me with boiling water." Boiling water. The cop is like, "Where's the gun?" Because clearly, if you shot this woman, she had to have had a weapon. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He said, "Where's the gun?" And this fool said, "She came at me with some boiling water." This is what he said.
Yeah. She said you do rebuking the name of Jesus and cannot boil water. That's all this is.
I mean, what kind of punk ass kid shit is this, man? She said, she rebuked me in the name of Jesus and she came at me with some boiling water. I mean, are we 12, bro? Are we 12? Are you serious? You know, this is a mess. Now, I'm gonna let him finish this little piece and then I'm gonna close on my statement.
This is nothing right
And really, that's pretty much the dialogue. Other than him going outside, there's like all of these officers out there, and he calls the black woman a crazy bee. Okay, I thought it was coming up right off, but and even the cop is shocked. He like, "You shot her?" Yeah, she said she rebuked me in the name of Jesus and then came at me with water. I mean, it's insane, you guys, and this is very unfortunate. And the other question that I pose, I'm gonna stop it here, the video. And you guys, like I said, if you want it, I could post it on Denim Design. You can also see it yourselves on, YouTube. But it's will Black Lives Ever Matter? And I already kind of reflected on, what, just as a Black community and as the allies of Black community, what can we do? It seems like, the marches and all of these other things that we've been doing since the civil rights movement, still it's because and I know that people say don't judge all of the police by one or two or whatever, but this is happening too much, and it's so and for me it's it's a thing where these people are either afraid and shouldn't be police officers, or they just don't give a damn, and whatever anger or racist energy that they carrying or hatred in or fear or whatever it is, they don't give a damn in that moment. And why are they not giving a damn? This is becoming a problem. I mean, it's beyond becoming a problem. It's beyond. You know what I mean? To the point that it's transformed the mindset of the entire country at this point. And what I mean by transform, a lot of people that didn't know what was going on, a lot of Black people, a lot of people of all races that didn't even know the degree of what was going on, have all been woken up to a lot of things. Some people refuse to see it. Some people gonna stay blind to it, while others can see it blatant because it's so blatant. And that's the part that makes it so disrespectful. That's the part that makes Black people so angry. That's the part that makes us so feel the pressure of wanting to do something. But we have to think and understand what is it that we can do that's actually going to be productive, because we can't continue this, not on our watch. We can't keep allowing lives to be taken, innocent lives to be taken over some Some bull crap. Some bull crap. And like I said, I know there's officers that go into the force. Like I said, some of them do it because of their hatred and their racism and all of this, whatever the hell's going on. There's the need for power, the need to do whatever. And then there's others that are racist still, but are also afraid of black people, are afraid. And there's no damn way you're going to make me believe that this giant of an officer, and it's two of them, are afraid of this tiny little woman that looked like she weighed about 115 to 120 pounds. This dude's sitting here looking like RoboCop. Big giant man. And he's scared of this woman. Even if she had the water and was throwing it on him, I mean, really, bro? You could have jumped to the side and handled a woman that tiny. You know, I don't even want to allow myself to get upset more than I already have been. What we want to do is just go ahead and again reflect on the life of Sister Sonya Massey. I want to thank everybody that's tapped in. I'm not gonna rant on and on about it, but it's just something to think about and to give some honor to her life that she lost senselessly, and just to think about what are solutions that are productive. What are things that we can do in this generation, 2024 and moving forward, to prevent these types of things from happening? To give our children and offspring a better world to live in? Or is it something that we just have to grow to accept and just say that's just what it is, and we just continue to be numb? And while a handful are trying to advocate and do what they know to do, whether it's marching or protesting or speaking out, or they doing what they know to do, while nobody else does anything. We have to start to make this a collective effort. I don't know all of the solutions. I don't, I know what I think that, we need to do, but I don't know if that's what's effective. But together as a community, together as a world, or our world here in America, we definitely need to think of solutions, because now it's getting to a point where me as a black woman, it's very rare for me to call the police. I don't call the police. I don't want them at my house. I don't want to deal with them on no level. Even if they're trying to help me, I reject the help. And that's really sad. It's a sad thing, but that's actually where it's come. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, I appreciate you, Shaylee. But this is the place. This is where now. How many women do you think are traumatized from watching that? How many women do you think are now not going to call the police? That means it's going to be more people needing to defend themselves. It's going to be more. I don't know we don't even know who the intruder was. Was there even an intruder? Or was there cops creeping around our house? Like I said, there's so many things for me that there's so many holes still that I couldn't even break it down all the way to where I wanted to, but I definitely wanted to reflect on the Queen's life. There's so many unanswered questions though, right? And I'm hoping that more will come to light. And when it do, I'm gonna do an update, and I'm sure there'll be other updates and videos out there, you guys. But we do have to stay strong. We have to stay mindful, and please don't do anything that we don't need to do to provoke police officers even more. And just I don't know. It's so we have to stay safe. That's our first priority. It's us being safe and keeping our children safe. And yeah. So I'm gonna close on that. But I want to read some of the comments. Shaylee said, she heard what he said. He is not a human. Yeah. He's being used to carry out a demonic energy, to carry low vibrational energy. It says something needs to be figured out. And yes, it happens way too often and way more than people even realize. Most of the bullshit happens and is not even reported. And that's what I'm talking about with this officer. How many other lives are things that have he done to have to be to be having to go to all of these different jobs in the police field? He's here, he's there, he's here 5, 6 different jobs in like 3 years. It may even be, I don't know how long it was. I think it said 3 years. But whatever the case, it's something wrong there. He got some type of a behavioral issue, and a whole bunch of other issues. And he's a damn, obviously he's a racist. We must remember Dr. Martin Luther King And all he did, that's right. And his last word, oh, excuse me, and he lost his life for it. Yeah. We must, I'm sorry, let me move this up closer. We must stay calm and lead with love and not retaliate with violence. There are alternative ways, I believe. Okay. Well, everybody don't agree with that, but that is we definitely I'm gonna say this. Yes, there is power in numbers, and I don't call them either. Yeah, yeah. The cops is wow. I'm gonna say this. Like Martin Luther King said, when you make peaceful protests impossible, you make violent protests inevitable, and that's real. So if we're gonna go with the peaceful aspect, I mean, what do we do? What do you do as far as like I said it would the law if it went to a level of a Supreme Court, would they even on I mean, man, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it on that tonight on just us thinking in our minds though, will Black life ever matter? And what are collective solutions as a community that we can come up with as a the whole United States community. When I say community, I'm talking about the community, the world, and also in our local communities, because it's a big problem. So we also have to get at it on a state level and on a city level and on a community level. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm gonna just leave it on that note, and that's a very sad and unfortunate things. Again, much love to all of the energies that we brought in tonight, the fallen soldiers and brothers and sisters at the hand of senseless police brutality. I also wanted to, if I hadn't, I did want to also say Emmett Till also, because that was something else that was very sensitive. I think I might have added Emmett Till, but just in case his energy just came through again. And that was, yeah, a lot of things, man. But and also to Sonya Massey and her family and loved ones. May their sister rest in peace. And I don't really think, we say rest in peace a lot, but when there's no justice, and I mean I know he'll go to jail or whatever, but she lost her life, and are these people really resting in peace? And when I say no justice, I mean if it's just gonna happen again, it's almost like being gaslit, like you deal with narcissists, a narcissist lover that just apologize to the people and pacify us. But if it happens again, then are they really sorry for the suffering of our people here? Yeah. So anyway, you guys, love and light, peace, fire, war, revolution, Ashe. Um, love y'all. And one more thing, I'm gonna make another video so people can understand what's going on calligraphy. If you guys have not subscribed to calligraphy, please do hit like, subscribe, share the video so more people can also get the content and come into the awareness of solutions and community building. New Soul community, the Conscious Outcast Gang. Peace, love, light, Ashe. Peace. Okay, wait, hold on. I wanna not ignore. I'm sorry, you guys. There's somebody that do want to say something in the comments. I don't have to just close off like that if I didn't want to make it too long. Yes, apologies mean nothing when a behavior. Exactly. It's just, even people sitting in jail cells that shouldn't be in there. There are so many people that fought and advocated for the revolutionary change for our people in our community, and even things that benefit the whole country. And these people have given up, like when Knowledge Born had said on the Break the Tape video that we did a couple weeks ago. Was it a couple of weeks ago? Yeah, 2 Mondays ago. That these people were celebrated, for this, celebrated in that moment and then forgotten for a lifetime. Celebrated in this moment to have to do all of this time and sit in jail cells, and some of them had horrible fates. You know what I mean? All in the name of change and revolution. It's a mess. Like I said, break the tape. I'm glad I thought about that, because that was another point I wanted to bring in this live, that's what I mean by breaking the tape. We have to even break that tape. That's a tape on repeat and play with the relationship between police and the people, police and black people, these constant rituals that's taking place. Because every time, that's why I said we got to look at that aspect of it too. Let's not forget the 36, the 36, the nines, for those that understand. Now, I don't want people getting confused. I talk about 369 manifestations. Remember duality, and that's something different than the 6-9 rituals or death by 3-6, because the 3 is going to add up to 6. Okay, so that's something different. And like I said, if that's something people are into, they got videos online about it. And I may make a metaphysical video or another, like a companion video to go with this. If people want it, then, comment, let me know, throw some likes up, and we'll go deeper into some of the metaphysical or strange components. All of it is damn metaphysics. It's crazy. Said, I am punished. I do not care. If my life is ended, I will always stand with the side that is being hurt. I know that's right. You said, I do not care if I'm judged or hated. I appreciate that as a ally to the Black community. I appreciate that, Shaylee. And yeah, we conscious outcasts, like you said, outcasted. That's what it is. Sometimes you have to go against the grain though. But yeah, but that's part of the breaking the tape too. It's that mindset. It's just, it already have a hostile energy and vibration to it because of the relationship between the people that's put here to protect and serve and the civilians, the Black people especially. But cops then jumped on more than Black people. Anytime you a threat to something they saying, you know, you a threat to them. And like I didn't see them let white people make it on a lot of stuff, but everybody got a breaking point. So if you do too much, but for the people that's just innocent, man, and just, yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, you guys. And I did say I was gonna share a chakra message with everybody, so I am gonna do that, and then we'll end. It's such a heavy thing. I don't want to make my life so sad, but let's just reflect on the people who've lost their life, past, present, and hopefully not future. But we know that the cycle continues. Okay, so I just kind of flipped out the deck. We got courage and faith. It's the first chakra, base chakra, dealing with root, which is really interesting because the root deals with our foundation. It deals with survival mode, survival, the things that we do, the flight or fright. Is that like, yeah, fight or flight mode. But this is courage and faith. So this is for the community and anybody watching. I give thanks. It says, I embrace courage, faith, and adaptability as they are needed for me to overcome my fear of change or of the future. I regularly remind myself to be positive and open to possibilities, knowing that I am the creator of my own destiny. I embrace the warrior within me. I remind myself to be a warrior. I am not a worrier. I'm not a victim. I am a warrior. I feel fear and I do it anyway. I am ready and eager to move forward. Ashe, love and light, peace. And one more thing, I definitely going to I definitely want to speak more about how we can work with, for those that understand vibration and how important it is, and how vibration actually creates the outcomes and realities that we're living. So part of breaking the tape is changing the frequency, changing the vibration. So I will be speaking more about that, for those that want to dive in to the soul jetism of of where we floating and we riding and guiding to. For everybody else, thank you for watching. Yeah, peace. Oh, hold on. Is there anything else? Yeah, it is real and it does need to be addressed. Thank you, Queen. And I love you too. I love everybody that has been rocking with me. And even those that's not, love and light, man. Life is short. We got to spread the love. Ashe, peace.